to take some time to share our purpose for using the class dojo motivation system that we're using in the classroom.
We use this to help kids keep track of their personal accountability skills and their 21st century skills that are involved in our report card. And so students are able to have their own little dude with their name, and they're able to keep track of how many points they have earned, as well as points that they have lost.
You'll notice that the positive points that we can give are directly related to the 21st century skills. So these are the ones that, in your last report card, you got an orange handout with each of these described with the success criteria. So there's collaboration, flexible to change, personal accountability, self-motivation, quality work, and positive intentions is one that we added because we wanted each student to have just those, getting 5 positive intentions for coming to school.
Then on the negative side, we have these so that kids can keep track of when they are not following the 21st century skills of what exactly it is that they need work on, or what exactly it is they have gotten a point off for. So we have blurting or interrupting, bullying, being disrespectful, not having their name on their paper, not following directions, being off task, talking out of turn, unprepared, and work not completed. We've been working really hard this trimester to get all kids to have no marks off for having work not completed or being unprepared. So that's something we've really been stressing a lot this trimester.
We have noticed a huge change in work completion since we started using Class Dojo, so it has been a motivation for the students to actually get their work turned in on time. And in both classrooms, if they turn their work in early, like typically the work is due on Wednesday and Friday, we will give them a dojo point, a positive, self-motivated, or a personal accountability for having the work turned in early.
And then the summaries here are overall for how they did that day. So this might be a typical day. They started with 5 dojo points, and then the numbers up top have increased because they have done something to meet those 21st century skills, so they earned a point for that. And below you can tell how many have lost. So it looks like Channing Tatum's not doing so hot. He lost 4 points. Whereas George Clooney didn't lose any, so obviously he was on task and stayed following those 21st century skills the entire day. Ms. Vetchka and I both use them throughout the day, so they are fluent in one chunk thing here.
We also kind of use them at some points so the kids can kind of look at where they are in relation to their peers and just kind of self-reflect. Am I kind of where exactly my peers are? That means I'm doing pretty much what I should be doing. If my points are a lot higher, if my green points are a lot higher, that means I'm doing great. And if my red points are higher than what they should be, then really I probably need to be thinking about what is it that I'm doing and maybe make some corrections.
So as teachers, we're allowed to see an overall view of how they do. So over here, this would typically be filled in with how the overall summary was. And students are able to log in their own username and figure out, look at all the data across time, so they can keep track over time and see how they're doing, as well as you will have access to. You have your own parent account that you could sign up for, which you'll be able to see how your kids do. There should be different trends and different choices you can click on to see, like breakdowns of weeks or days and exactly when they had points off and on what, or what they've earned points for and on what, so that's a nice way to keep track of it.
One thing we have also done is we have screenshot from the point where we started using this in January to this week, because it's conference week, and you can kind of look at that. Your child will be presenting that information to you during your conference, and you can kind of look at where your child is in relation to the rest of their peers, just as a quick overall snapshot. Okay, so Class Dojo is a really positive motivation program, and we've seen some real growth since we've started using it. We know that you may have some questions still. I know lots of you have been looking at it. I've received lots of information from parents, almost all positive. So, but if you have any questions, please let Mrs. Sherry or I know. Thank you.
Thank you.